Greetings from Kazareth Studios. I'm here to show you a special new feature of Chronicles of a Dark Lord, Episode 2, War of the Abyss. In this video, I'm going to show you the Scion grid system. To give you a bit of background, the Scion grid system is basically how you upgrade your weapons in Chronicles of a Dark Lord 2. As you can see, I'm going to go into the menu screen here and show the equipment. And as you can see, Magus Lee has the Blade of Black Death Level 1. If you remember the first game, Chronicles of a Dark Lord Episode 1, Tides of Fate, you'll remember that the Blade of Black Death was the sword that Magus got near the end of the game. Krista Iyer here has the Saber of the Empire. Desan Lee has the Black Dragon Whip. And Isis Lee has the Staff of Shidai. You buy new armor, but you won't buy new weapons in this game. Instead, you upgrade your weapons and your abilities through a new system called the Scion grid. When the Corinthi shattered at the end of the first game, it splintered into many pieces that were spread all throughout the world of Korra. These tiny shards of the Corinthi are called Scions. So you simply go down to Scion grid on the menu and select it. Now here I have 4 characters in the party. There will eventually be more characters and other parties that you can play as, but for now we're taking a look at Magus, Krista, Desan, and Isis. You move your cursor using the arrow keys over to the character you wish to upgrade. Let's start with Magus. You'll get a prompt saying Upgrade Blade of Black Death, and you'll say yes, which will bring you to the Scion grid system. You can move the cursor up here to exit, or you can move it down to these 3 colored lights to show how many Scions you have. It was actually kind of tough for me to get to this point in the game without using any Scions because they're so important in upgrading your abilities. But before I show you that, let me show you what the 3 types of Scion are. The purple Scions are known as Wisdom Scions, and they go by level. There are 10 levels. You will only get one of these when you beat a boss or some other major event, and they can only be used once per character to unlock a level of the Scion grid. The red Scions are Skill Scions, which you use to unlock skills, which are represented by the orbs on the Scion grid. As you can see here, I have 8 of them. And the Attribute Scions are used to raise your character's stats through the other icons on the Scion grid screen, and as you can see, I have 6 of those. And as you can see, I have 4 level 2 Wisdom Scions, which is enough to upgrade all 4 of the characters that I have right now to level 2. Let's show you how to do that. Before you're able to use a level's abilities or attributes, you have to raise the level of your weapon. You do that by bringing the cursor over to the weapon, and you'll be prompted to use a Wisdom Scion to upgrade it. Keep in mind that these are one-time use items, so you have to be careful about who you upgrade and when. Also, you should be careful about coming into the Scion grid screen in an area populated by enemies, as they may be attracted by the Scions. In other words, upgrading your weapons in the middle of a dungeon or any area with weapons will cause more enemies to spawn. As there are no random battles and you can see all the enemies on the field, you'll notice them spawning more as you go into the Scion grid system. Therefore, the safest place to do this is on the overworld, like I'm doing right now. So let's upgrade Magus' weapon right here. As you can see here, you acquire a new item, the Blade of Black Death Level 2, which makes Magus' weapon more powerful. It also lets you upgrade the Level 2 Attribute and Skill Scions. Let's use a Skill Scion to learn Blinding Slash, and another one over here to learn Torpor Cut. Blinding Slash will let you blind enemies with an attack, and Torpor Cut will let you put them to sleep. These are both incredibly useful in the game, especially Torpor Cut. Since I've unlocked these, I can also unlock this Attribute Scion to gain +1 to attack power. Magus is now fully upgraded. He won't be able to do this, level 3, until he gets a level 3 Wisdom Scion. Let's show you the other characters. Here's Krista's Scion grid. As you can see, each character's Scion grid is slightly different. Let's upgrade her weapon. We can now learn Magi Curse, which will decrease an enemy's magic attack for 3 turns, which is very useful against an upcoming boss. And I can gain 100 experience points right off the bat here. And look at that, I leveled up to level 5. And I can come over here and gain 1 to attack power. Let's hover to Disan. As you can see, Disan does not have any attributes on level 2, only 2 skills. So let's go upgrading them. This will teach us Blind. And this one will teach us Venom. So we can now blind and poison enemies. Finally, we're going to upgrade Isis. You don't start the game with Isis, but you gain her in the first dungeon area. That's why I had to wait to show you this. Okay, the Staff of Shidai is leveled up. This will teach us Detox, which is good for healing poison. This will give Isis +1 to magic defense. And this will teach us Revitalize, which will reverse the effects of stun. Well, I've fully upgraded all my characters, so let's exit the Scion grid. Well, that's the Scion grid system. As a bonus, I'm going to enter a dungeon that I've already completed, just to show you a battle where I can show you some of the new abilities. This is the Liani Forest. Let's engage this bee over here. Okay, here you can see we have 2 killer bees. There's no reason for Disan to do anything right now other than attack, so I'm just going to have her do that. Oh, sorry, that's Isis, not Disan. Here comes Krista. Now, Krista now has Magi Curse, but these enemies don't use magic, so I'm just going to have her attack as well. Oh, I missed. Okay, here's Disan. You start the game with Ignis, Thunerum, and Phrygus, but I now have Venom and Blind. Let's try Venom. I don't think it'll work on these guys, but, well, as you can see, even if it doesn't poison the enemy, it will hurt them. Mages can now use Torpor Cut and Blinding Slash in addition to Venom Slice, which you start with. I'm going to use Torpor Cut to hopefully put this bee to sleep. And as you can see, that worked. So I only get attacked once in that round. Well, I'll be able to finish them off rather easily. Isis is a physically weak character, but she can certainly take this guy out. And then Krista can take out this one. Damn it! I got blood all over my boots. Well, that's a quick look at a new system in Chronicles of a Dark Lord, Episode 2, War of the Abyss. I might show you more videos as we go along with game development. It's coming along great, but it's just not ready for release just yet. But keep an eye out, because there will be a demo fairly soon.